Namaste and welcome to class. And thank you so much for sitting with me with your undivided attention. We are back in Cartagena after our retreat in the mountains in Santa Marta. Always, I love to come back to the Caribbean breeze. And in today's class, I want to talk about how and what do you need in order to start something new. I have noticed many of my friends that I have found during my travels that they are disorientated or confused about what to do next, right? They probably have quit a career that it was not corresponding to them, or they just grew up with that. And we are somehow in humanity in the moment where we are looking for new inventive ways to recreate and cooperate a reality that works for all of us in the frequency that we want to live in. But then it comes the actual transition where you are disengaging from one kind of dimension to another one. So I want to talk about things that may help you to make that transition. Number one is relation that you do have with your past, meaning that you were an architect, let's say, for example, and then you don't want to do that. And then you have a kind of a frame of experience that educates your mind to respond in certain ways under certain pressures, under certain social things and different communities, etc. So that association, sometimes we want to repeat the same thing next. For example, you say, okay, I am quitting, but I want to make money following my passion. But then you're following your passion and you are not really making the money. So it's certain association that you do with the past that actually impedes you to see clearly where you are in the present moment and how your passion is requiring completely different things. Number two is the expectations of the old ways. It's not only like, making money or having a car or be individually independent emotionally and financially and being happy and doing what you want and so on and so forth. And then you meet a wall like, okay, I'm doing that, but it's not really creating what I want. So, but it's that expectation of how things should unfold for you. And once you have that expectation, then it's like putting a black glasses over your eyes. You could not see the coincidences and the synchronicities that is leading you to a complete different way that you were not really expecting, right? You cannot create something from the present moment. So the expectations, you have to flash them out. And it's not like being in the void either, right? You should have your own standards, but not necessarily expectations, right? You are not going to decline your standards of living or health or safety in order to follow your passion. No, it should not be that way. It should be instantaneously, especially at this time where everything is moving so quick that you can manifest so quick. But you have to manifest consciously and see what are the things that are not working for you to manifest. The third thing I will say is your desire to prove something to yourself, that you are independent, that you can do it by yourself, that you are demonstrating something exteriorly or internally that you are worth it, that this is what you're supposed to be doing. And perhaps in there you have to check what is it that you're trying to please? What is it that is that motivation of impressing others or making something that is spectacular or special. And it really, the inventions are of these times are very simple. And in that simplicity, it requires certain humility. So it's not like, okay, I have to prove to my parents that I am doing it okay and that I am successful and so on. So all these ideas of success, money, and the decoration, it can be a pressure subconsciously into your mind to please yourself, your own expectations, or parents and family. And I will say the fourth thing that I see often is, okay, people, especially young people, want to follow their passion, and then they go into certain power places on earth. Right, I have seen in India and here in Colombia and in Canada and in America, yeah, I went to Sedona, I went to these power places, and I want to get the energy, and then that place will change my life. And they meet others alike that are looking, and they receive the forces of the place, but they don't know how to make that in an introjection, where you actually go into that place, and instead of looking outside and say, okay, what are the signals outside that it will give me the opportunities to make my new career, they miss the opportunity to really reclude themselves and to consistently, and I say consistently, look inwardly and connect or use the power spots of the earth to really amplify that thirst, that new direction. And this is something that is important, because in those power places, and it's in my experience that maybe yours is different, but in those power places, then they are accumulation of people that are all lost, and they put that frequency in that power place. They don't really animate something that is, number one, base in cooperation. Number two, respect of what is the proper energy that you're receiving from that place, because each one is giving you something different. And number three, they think that the solution is from the outside, rather than taking the responsibility that, okay, I am in this energetic place that is vibrating certain chakra in myself, either to complete it or to regenerate it, to purify it, and it has to come with some kind of reinventing yourself. We are recreating our humanity, and there are so many kind of, in the invisible, so many lost souls that they don't want to take responsibility of their attributes. And that's the number 5 things, is that you must review, what are your attributes? What is your divine attributes? What is the thing that you are good at it? And you have to shine and present yourself consistently. And I come back to the consistency part, to prove to yourself that you're capable of sustaining through your divine attributes. It's not any other thing that you can adopt and borrow. I will do like this other person, or anything of that nature is not going to work, because it's not you. It's not at the level that you're capable to fill up that space and creation that belongs to you. And in the moment that you accept your own frequency, you don't compare yourself. So, oh, no, this person is doing something that I should be doing because I feel capable of it. Yeah, it may be in the same line, but not necessarily in the same frequency, in the same spot, in the same level of development, right? I found that often But you say, oh, yeah, you are a master. I can do that. It's so simple. You're trying to imitate me, but no, I have the experience and I occupied a space, a location that belongs only to me and my expression. So you cannot compare, neither imitate. And that is something that make you fail on that. However, what you can do is to get inspired. And for that, then you can have the teachers or the education, the workshops, the just to stimulate yourself. So your own information coming from your higher self can be weaved into your own style and your own time and in your own rhythm, right? So it's something that there are many components for you to really sit and say, okay, I'm ready to reinvent myself. And it's not by traveling here and going there and asking questions and making friends. And all that is fine for a while. But eventually you must take the weaving, sitting, and start weaving your own path. Start weaving your own heart. And in that I want to tell you something that is so profoundly available right now. And is all this is to say that at this moment, we are able to really ask where we are going, but we must have the background of where we're coming from. And in that, where we are coming from, we only have one answer, and it is we come from the source that belong to all of us and that have the attributes, three attributes mainly, of love, of wisdom, and life. And in that, you have a percentage of these three attributes a little bit higher. You're either in the attribute of love, you are either in the attribute of life, or you are in the attribute of wisdom, knowledge. And with that, it determines a lot of your inclinations and desires and passion and curiosity of exploration. And from that beginning, if you are clearing all the denials, all the traumas, all the pain, naturally your light comes forward and can be rolling in a nice flow for you. And I have to underline this because it's so important actually that I have opened a space of meditation, a program that is called Meditation and the Original Cause. It's the original cause of where we come from, and it's also the original cause of the first time that you start judging and refusing your own nature, your own qualities, your own attributes. At this point, we have the opportunity to reclaim back that source with all its attributes. But we need to see that, okay, I want to create something new, and I cannot do it because I am missing one piece. And it's the piece of reconciliation from the very, very origin where you first fall. You first fall. In mysticism, this concept have been explored for many teachers, but individually is where the teacher comes and embrace one student and mold it accordingly to those karmas, to those impressions. And it put a series of purifications for clarifying that original cause of the fall and actually linking to the original cause of your birth, your birthright, your shine attributes. So it's not by coincidence that we want to rebuild something. We want to invent something new in our life, but it has to be in a larger concept, in a larger place where you actually invite the journey of your soul to be directed back home. It's not only doing stuff in the earth. It's about rescuing the anxiety of your soul that is just doing, and then stop and say, what I'm doing, I need to change. I need to construct something new. That is a profound soul, and it's a profound call, because it's in the moment that you are reflecting on that, you are reshaping your whole spiritual path. The spiritual path is the recovering and the embodiment of your source, of your nature, of joy, expansion, innocence, love, life, the infinite wisdom that the source has. So your enthusiasm to change your career, in the background is something much bigger playing out. And you must pay attention a little bit. And I want you to join me for 6 weeks and see if this resonates with you. I am offering also 3 scholarships. So if you have never had any program with us, just send me a note and say, hey, Berdhanya, I want to explore with you for 6 weeks the meditation program of the original cause. And I will be delighted to welcome you in this journey where we meditate, explore, put processes, breath work, and all the background tools that you need to express more consciously, more in consistency, more rhythmically, and also more loving, more sweet. It's all what we need at this time, and our creation is sweetness. So I thank you very much for sitting with me in this exploration and this lesson, and I will see you in our next class. Namaste.